We are live, people. Let me head over here to be live. We are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome to Chat Her Up, where we finna chat about the Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 10, episode number
15.
15.
Yeah.
And the name of this episode was The Rocky Road to Sisterhood. And today we're about to do a recap. Today you have
Yeah.
myself, Joy. You have Pretty Doll Montique.
I'm here.
Demisio might not be here for most of it, but he said he's going to try to pipe in. And Callie is planning on piping in when she gets her situation settled. But welcome to those that are already here. Thank you for listening, and we can kind of, how you been this week?
Well, I had the flu, so I may
Good.
cough a little, but I'm better.
That new
I'm
flu,
sitting up.
that new flu that was going
Yeah, and
on.
I've never had COVID. I never had the flu before, so this was a new experience for me.
Did you
But
get tested or did you?
Yeah, I went.
Okay.
I went to
Okay,
So
and they told you it was a flu and not the
yeah,
COVID. And okay, it wasn't
yeah,
the new flu or just
yeah.
regular flu. Okay,
It
the
was just
new.
this new
Okay,
crap. It was
okay.
no joke. Well, I've never had regular flu. I don't know what the difference is, but it was new for me.
I've had flu at least twice in my life.
No, I've never had anything.
Yeah, I'm a teacher, so
Oh yeah, you with kids.
I'm around children all the time. That's why I'm probably such a germaphobe. And I get on my students' nerve because I throw a mask on them in a minute.
Yes.
I don't want them breathing on me when they start talking. I want them touching me.
Yeah, girl, it was no joke.
Yeah.
What about you? I'm so
Um,
tired. I guess because I cough so much, it just tired
it's
me out.
January too. I'm always tired. This time of
Yes.
year, your body is just. I think this is kind of like hibernating season for real. Like, you don't want to do nothing but just sit on your couch with a comforter
Yes,
and
I heat
a
a blanket.
fireplace and right. Well, or a little personal little heater or something. Yeah. But anyway,
how you been doing?
Yeah, but I've been doing okay. I've just been like you, tired. Just can't wait. I have noticed that the light is a little bit longer now. If you notice that it's 5 o'clock, it ain't pitch dark anymore.
Yeah, because girl, that's depressing.
It really is. It really is. That longer days shorter days are just crazy for me. But in the summertime, when the time go back, you be like, it's 9 o'clock. Ooh, especially when I used to work summer school, I'd be like, God, when you gonna turn the lights out?
Right.
I gotta be at work in the morning. It's not.
Yes. Well, speaking about depression, I didn't watch it all, but did you see the clip of where Portia was saying that she was depressed?
Yeah, I think that I could see that.
Yeah, that she was depressed before, and she even tried to take her own life twice. I didn't watch it all, but I just saw that. I don't even know what she said and why, but I was like,
I didn't see that part.
You never know. People look so happy on the outside.
Yeah,
you never know what they're going through.
But I'm not surprised that about Portia because she's a lover girl.
Yeah,
and I think that Portia's just one of those girls when life don't turn out for her. I could see her going to possible drastic measures. I think that's what we're seeing with her and this lady is a drastic measure. I think, I've always thought that Portia just wanted to be loved. And I ain't mad at that. I think most of us want to be loved. I think her archetype as a woman though is just like that is her mission. That is one of her missions.
She's like J-Lo. They just always got to be in a relationship. They can't help it.
Yeah, I ain't mad at them. I can respect women like that because they're eventually gonna find love.
I hope so.
My little January Capricorn I would have been turned off.
Me too.
I can't be hurt like that.
That's the one thing that they say about us, because I'm a Capricorn too, is when we done, we done.
Yeah, I can't.
And it's okay. We don't care, so you shouldn't.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Right.
right.
Right. But if you want to get started with the chapstick
Yeah,
moment,
go ahead, because you know more about the thing than me. So go ahead.
so the chapstick moment of the week, besides y'all crazy president trying to start World War III and a Civil War at the same time and wanting the Peace Nobel Peace Prize, coincidentally, um, Angel has been on a press tour. I don't know if you all have been paying attention. She's been sitting down with a lot of vloggers with a V, and podcasters, and basically kind of telling her version of what has been going on. And one of the couple of things that she said kind of contradicts what we know as facts, though, but it is what it is. I don't know if y'all know this, but originally this trip was supposed to be a couple's trip. That's why what she says in the vloggers, I know isn't true. Then she says, because everybody, there are more people that are not in a couple that are, or a couple of the people who are in a couple, their people aren't really able to travel with them. That could also be Tia's husband. We know it's Timu. So that wasn't going to work. Like Greg would have probably came, and maybe Eddie. But that would have been probably about it.
That's about it. Yeah.
About the couples.
So if
But
they
anyway,
did a couple trip, were they gonna stay at her house? Because I hope they weren't gonna stay at
that
that
was
house.
something that wasn't very clear.
Okay.
But she gave them the impression that they would be staying with her.
Right.
That part Angel did give them, because all of them were actually surprised when they weren't. That's why when they get out the car, you hear them say, "Oh, this is your house. This is not your house." That's why everybody's asking all these questions, because Angel gave them this impression that they would be staying at her house. And in the press tour, Angels basically is saying that since they pivoted once it wasn't a couple a couple's trip, and she said production booked that house last minute, which also tells me Angel didn't book anything. Because if they did it last minute, that means at the last minute you still hadn't booked housing. Isn't that what that means?
Girl,
isn't that what that means? If she's saying that production booked this last minute, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Then that means at the last minute you didn't have a place already.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So that tells me all we needed to tell, that this was Angel didn't do her due diligence. So the production company came in and just
paid to do it. Right.
So they
had to find something for them. But I think as a person who has a potential company, you trying to promote your business, I don't think she handled it right. Like, I don't.
And what's really crazy is, I don't know if y'all watch the after show that comes on Peacock, but the after show, Angel said that she actually found a house for them to stay in. It was her neighbor owned a house somewhere, and they were going to rent that house. They were going to stay there, and as a backup plan, she said she had called the Four Seasons. Okay. But for the record, according to Jazzy said that Angel had told her that she is the one that booked the Four Seasons. Gizelle said that is a lie.
Stop it.
Gizelle, that's on the after show. This is
okay. I ain't got that yet.
Yeah, watch that. Yeah, there's because on the after show, Jazzy, Gizelle, and Tia are together.
Yeah, I was about to get probably to it, but that's crazy.
Yeah, she said that's a lie. So I think a lot of people, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but there are people in the groups on Facebook that feel like Gizelle was being extraordinarily mean to Angel. All I keep thinking is they have no water.
Okay,
no
let me set this up, because I want to talk to those people. If Gizelle would have had her, Robin, and Ashley in a place with water, okay, just think about this. Living in luxury, and then all the other ladies in the house 2 hours away with none of that, people would be livid. It would be colorism 2.0.
Yes. Oh God, yes.
It's not right. It's just it's like when people don't like somebody, anything they do is going to be magnified and multiplied.
Yeah.
Because you know, if you in this situation where you can't, it smells like sewage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People keep forgetting about that part. Right. Yeah. It smells like sewage. You can't even pee.
You can't pee. You can't brush your teeth. You can't wash your hands.
Brush your teeth.
You can't do nothing. This lady did not check on them. And I would be like this. I wouldn't even be mad at her if she was in the mud with them. If she was at that house with them, okay. But she didn't. They got to take a bath.
Right.
They got to eat breakfast and brush their teeth and poop. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's just these people know that if the tables were turned and if it was Gizelle, Robin, and Ashley in a house with water and nobody else, people would be livid.
It would have been it would have been the revolution.
Almost.
Yeah, and you're definitely right about that. If any of the other ladies, and you could argue and say that this was her first trip, that she had bit off more than she could chew. Yeah, I'm not arguing that. But the part that kills me the most about Angel is she just like, when she in front of the ladies, everything to me seemed like a commercial. I don't know if y'all tripped off that, but every confessional of hers, particularly tonight, was her advertising something, her talking about the Aspen and this store and the celebrity. This is where all the celebrities are,
and
and
they're Wonderland is luxury. No, girl.
Like she wants to get past. I know you ain't got no water. I know you smell like in there. I know you ain't got no air conditioning. But today we're going fly fishing.
We're going fly fishing. What? Y'all ain't had no bath, but you're gonna go in the water with it, okay?
Like they probably had to brush their teeth with bottled water.
Yeah.
Like think about that. These aren't like I ain't got no money. Me and my friends, I don't have rich friends. I just don't. I have some friends that are doing well. I can't imagine going nowhere with my girlfriends and we ain't got no water, we ain't got no air, and I would not be there.
And you in you 1.5 hours away from civilization.
Yeah, I would have stayed in a little hood hotel before I went back to
Me too. And like, hope they don't have bed bugs.
If it had air conditioning and I could flush the toilet, I wouldn't have I just wouldn't have stayed at that house. And the mere fact that she's like, well, we're gonna figure it out. No, Trick, I done already figured it out.
And the bad part about it is she didn't even call and check on them.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's crazy. And then when they got on the plane, nobody was like, are y'all okay? Yeah. And I feel like, because when I watched it after seeing all the stuff that happened, and even within our little chat, and everybody was like, Gizelle didn't let her do. It was more Wendy and Stacey than anybody.
Yeah, it was.
Giselle just said too late. Yeah. Wendy went in.
Yeah.
Stacey
and then people get mad. When people, why do people get so mad when people agree with Gizelle?
I don't know.
Like, that's got to be some kind of something.
It's some kind of sickness.
Weird to me. Like this is not a situation where they didn't have their name put on a robe.
Right.
And or they name about put that. On a cosmetic bag. This ain't that. They ain't got no water.
People were pissed at Gizelle, so she was a mean girl because she didn't put a S on the robe. But you don't want her to be mad when she ain't got water?
That's absurd to me.
It's just absurd to me. I've seen people get mad at housewives for doing less. And it's just because it's Gizelle mad at Angel, it's okay. That's crazy.
They're trying to emphasize that because I'll tell you why. They're trying to emphasize that because Angel had put them in that small room. And I don't think it's about that. I think because one of the things that was very clear to me that Angel said, not even Gizelle actually didn't complain to Angel. She went to production and was like, you can't do us like this.
Yeah.
Like that, like if y'all pay attention to Gizelle, one time she said, I don't do my people like this. She was talking about the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Like she wasn't looking out for herself. She didn't say, me and Ashley in this tiny room, we don't want to beat her.
They didn't even sleep in that room.
Said. This wasn't like the situation with Wendy. When Wendy did that trip, wherever they were, at the Chesapeake River or whatever.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, this wasn't that trip where Gizelle and Robin were the only ones that weren't happy. This wasn't that situation. Nobody was okay in that situation.
No, not a now. And what's so crazy is Angel didn't even stay there, so she don't even know that they switched up the sleeping situations.
Yeah,
they didn't even sleep in the room together. Right. Ashley slept with Wendy. Monique slept in that room, and Gizelle got the room Monique was supposed to get. Like, so it didn't even matter. As long as they had water, they would have been happy.
Yeah, because actually, and Monique stayed in their room, and that
they said on
Gizelle stayed in Monique's room, and you're right, and Ashley slept downstairs.
Yeah. With, so it backfired. Nothing she did. I don't know. I do feel like Angel, when she's just trying to present herself in such a way that's so perfect.
Yeah.
And everything is like crumbling, and she's crying about it because you got to just be here and say, look, I messed up, ladies.
Yeah.
Let's move on. But she's still trying to make it seem like she did everything. She did not do all she could. She just did not.
Well, she may be doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but that's neither here nor there. You're still checking out. Like, if you know somebody ain't got water, it is making sure that they got bottled waters. And I do agree with, I think that was Wendy that said, y'all could have sent the Uber and let us go back and like take a shower. Like, how could you not think about us like that? Like, if because Tia may not have known, because Tia was with, she was like, you could have at least thought about us.
I didn't even think about them. And this was so crazy is they didn't have a car there that they could just leave.
Yeah.
You know, they had to call an Uber to come get them in the middle of nowhere. You have these people in the middle of nowhere with no water.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just not, that's crazy.
It's not right. And everybody's, not everybody, a lot of people are like, no, I understand why she's so mad. But the people who don't understand, I don't understand y'all. Yeah. Because I feel like if the tables were turned, they would have been livid.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
They would have been like you said, we ain't even rich and we would be mad.
Yeah, that was my point. It's like, I ain't got no money, but I don't want to be nowhere with, I can't even use the bathroom. And
it's not like sewage. That's coming back up through the pipes.
Yes, that's crazy.
And it's 90 degrees. So just imagine.
Absurd. That's not even, as I say, sound like Stacey, but as Americans,
American, you have certain rights.
They be on the floor. That was so funny.
I know. That's why I really, with D, when he was like, I was shocked because D gets mad at nothing. Like the girls can do anything, and he'd be so upset. But he was like,
it's just the people that he hates. Because I think that's the issue. Like, when you don't like somebody, anything that they do is just blown up. Like, that's why.
Really? Because I've seen you get mad at the smallest little thing that somebody does. So you ain't mad at it.
Right.
That's why I really wish he was on this call.
Yeah. I get mad, but it's just like, I can be reasonable. You hear me say stuff like, I can't stand Wendy, but.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I get it. Like, these are adult women. These are not like you. This would be inhumane conditions. These would not even be livable conditions. If this was a house, it would be considered condemned. If you ain't got no water, no air,
that was a mess.
And it smelled like a sewer.
Girl, and it's 90 degrees.
Like that.
And you in the wilderness. It wasn't nothing but trees.
That's just like,
that was not even a store close enough to get them some water. So I pray they did have bottled water.
Like, your best bet, like, I remember they was talking about, what, did somebody on the after show, did somebody use the bathroom outside? Like, you couldn't even boo-boo in the house.
You can't.
And you at least supposed to do it once a day, right?
They couldn't even pee.
That's
pee in the cups.
That's crazy to me. And that this is even an argument. Now, the argument could be that everything may not have been Angel's fault, because I don't think she did this on purpose.
No.
But it doesn't help that she started the trip with shadiness. If I'm a strong believer in this. About people accommodations, if you're in a house, it's not unusual for them to have one room that's just bad. That's like a crabby room. That's not unusual. when it would be something like that, unless I'm trying to be mean to somebody, and that part, this particular part, I don't think I would do. I would have made a game out of it, or we could have even let it, let people pick what room they want based off of how long they've been there. I would have made a game about it. I would not have. What Angel did was made it very shady and it was very, she laughed in Gizelle's face.
Yeah.
Now, I
But
mean,
I mean, but the problem is, if you ain't staying there, you can't enforce no rules. Like when she left, I've been like, I'm on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have to stay in that room together. Yeah. She wasn't even there. That's my problem with everything. Is she wasn't there with them in the mud, in the stink, in the sewage, in the no water.
That is really the issue.
That's the bad part about it. Yeah. That's what makes me kind of like upset with it.
And the fact that she don't see nothing wrong with it. Like even when she did the after show, they filmed that like a week, like days after Wendy was arrested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I
didn't think she was gonna show up.
Yeah, because matter of fact, we heard she didn't show up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We actually initially heard that Wendy didn't show up.
And Stacy was by herself. Yeah.
And Stacy was by herself. So it's possible that she didn't and they did it later, or maybe she was late. But that's what we had heard in real time. But obviously that didn't happen because we were watching Wendy on the after show. But I forgot the point I was finna make.
I don't know either. I forgot the point I was finna make.
But I just think
okay, so did we talk about the press tour? So what's people on her side in the press tour?
Of course, because it's making it seem like she did all that she could do, and this was on production.
Okay.
And I think that is also why I can't remember if this was, I want to say this was on the show and not on the after show. Monique said whenever the trips that she's done, you have to work in step with production.
Yeah, that was on the show. Yeah.
That was okay. So I wasn't sure if it was on. So that's something that Angel didn't do. But what I thought was crazy was Angel actually said what should have happened was Gizelle should have called her on the phone and said, let me help you. I was like, girl, sis, when you and Gizelle not even talking right now.
Or why she didn't call Gizelle and be like, look, sis, I need your help.
Or her calling Wendy. Or her calling Kay, who had been on a couple of trips.
Yeah, Kay.
I've never navigated through this. I want to make sure, because she was saying that she thought that Gizelle should have called her and say, hey, this person likes this person likes that, this, to make sure that everybody was accommodated. I was like, you should have made a phone call to make that happen. Yeah. Why should somebody have to call you? If you don't really know this group, I definitely would have done that. I would have put my tail between my legs, like my dad used to say that. I would have tucked my tail between my legs and I would have called her. I would have called somebody. It might not have been Gizelle. It might have been maybe Wendy, or even Wendy, or somebody who's been there for much longer than she has. I wouldn't have called like Stacy.
But Kay's her best friend.
I don't necessarily believe that.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I hear you.
Call Kay.
I think they're friends.
She has a whole company about, right?
Who?
Wonderland. And that a experience?
Yeah, that's supposed to be like, yeah. I mean, that's the only reason why she came on this show.
Yeah, because she's promoting her business.
She's promoting her show.
She didn't promote it in a good way, because she does not seem like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, and her whole, I don't know if y'all paying attention, in her confessionals, each one is like an advertisement. She's talking about Aspen and what's going on in Aspen and all the celebrities that come through there. And it's like, she also said, was this in the after show? I think she said this in the after show. She said that Kemosabe the Beverly Hills girls went to Kemosabe. That is true. I remember that episode. That's the episode where Candy, Lord. Kathy she wanted her liquor
She
display.
wanted her, yeah.
Yeah, that's that episode. That when they went to Kemosabe, they didn't open up upstairs for them and the bar for them, and that was, I mean, that may be true. And the reason they Angel said that they talked about how much money that they spent, because I thought that was kind of weird. Did you think that part was weird? Because I did.
Because they would have done it for them too. I mean, they probably, Cal and Mauricio are probably in Aspen and buy stuff at Kemosabe more than her. I don't care what she say.
I mean, I don't know if they do or don't, but usually when Beverly Hills goes shopping, when they check out, they're normally showing how much it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to remember that, and I thought maybe they were getting away with that, because I don't know if y'all noticed on Housewives of New Jersey, they said Teresa at a furniture store, her first season, shelling out all of that cash was used against her in a court.
It was.
It was used against her in court. And what make it so bad, half that cash wasn't even theirs. They had enough. They did have a lot of cash, but they had everybody in production and everybody there to give Joe all of the cash that he pulled out and started counting.
So he could look like he had a whole bunch of cash.
He could look like he had a lot of cash. Mm-hmm. But that was actually used against him in the court of law. And if y'all don't know, on the Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa served a year because of tax. I think it was like some kind of, I don't know if it was considered tax fraud. They had filed for bankruptcy and then tried to withdraw the bankruptcy. The judge wouldn't let them. And basically, it was considered fraud. And Joe was, not only did he have to serve 5 years, he was deported because of that. So I was actually surprised that they did that, something like that still. Yeah, but I personally think, when I was watching that scene, I personally think they showed that because of Wendy.
Oh, they did, because she said she was rich.
Yeah, I really believe that they only showed that.
And so are her kids. That was straight Wendy. Yeah.
Because of what Wendy said. Bravo is doing, I ain't gonna say they doing a hit job on her, but because I do think this is something that Wendy wanted to, because we talked about this quite a few weeks ago. Is this Bravo kind of glossying up her look, her storyline about this money and how they spending money, or do you think she wanted to be seen that way? And it's every week that I watch it, I say it's both.
It's both.
I think that was you who said both, and I was like, yeah, I think you might be right, because like every week there is something Wendy is saying that kind of makes her look bad.
It did, yeah.
Did you hear what Angel said about Wendy?
No, what'd she say?
Girl, so one of the things that Angel said, which is actually surprising, because outside of Ashley, nobody really talks about Wendy and the whole fraud thing of it all.
Okay.
But but Angel said, now look at it now. Here you are, because they were talking about people who basically have money within their means, spending money within their means, because they were really talking about the fact that what's her name didn't pay for anything. Stacey.
Yeah, Stacey does.
And you know, I don't get that going and spending $5,000 for a pair of earrings or a hat. To me, that's crazy to me in general.
Yeah.
In general,
it
but
is.
I got that kind of money. But you know, I guess if I did, it might not mean nothing. I just can't imagine messing off that kind of money for no earrings, and especially no turquoise belt.
Not no turquoise earrings, yeah.
Like, but that's just me.
I mean, I'm not into turquoise that much.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's cute on certain people at times.
Girl, you can get that on Temu, and not Stacey's husband, but the other Temu.
Right. All right. So y'all want to get started with this episode?
I'm ready. I feel like we done most of it.
Right. It was so much. Like
What's
this
a lot?
episode, because I actually watched it twice yesterday. Did you watch What's Happening Live with
I
Quad and
watched the
Gizelle?
clips because everybody was saying, "Oh my God, Quad gathered Gizelle," and so I'm like, "Oh my God, what happened? What happened?" So I go and I watch it, and I'm like, "Did I miss something?" Like I didn't.
It wasn't that she gathered her, but first of all, Gizelle did say that. If y'all don't know, um, Quad asked Gizelle, she was like, "You and my good sis, my Sarah," she's talking about Robin, said that we're recycling, and she used some kind of crazy jargon, mixing up words. I could see why Gizelle was confused. And I'm not using this as an excuse. I don't know if y'all know this, but in real time, when they did their podcast, the conversation was, because I remember this. The conversation was
I mean, I remember it.
okay, wait a minute. The conversation was uh, uh Real Housewives of Atlanta. It started with Real Housewives of Atlanta using or hiring K Michelle for RHOA. That's really what the conversation was.
Right.
And because they had been trying to keep people away who had been in other reality shows. An example of that is Tammy Rowland. Tammy said she auditioned for Atlanta 3 times. And they were so against hiring somebody that had been a part of something else. Now, I wasn't sure if this was before Basketball Wives or after, or how that was the situation, but because it wasn't very clear, but she said that 3 times. So when K Michelle came along, Gizelle actually was on board because she actually watches Love and Hip Hop because she talks about it all the time. And she said on their podcast, you know that, Monty, and she said, I don't know if you remember this episode, Gizelle said that K Michelle was probably the best person from the Love and Hip Hop franchise to come to
Atlanta, because she's was something before that.
Correct. And then Robin said, well, they got somebody on Love and Hip, on Married to Medicine. She was like, who? And Robin explained Angel, because I don't know if you know, Angel used to be on Basketball Wives.
Yeah, I did not.
So I remember that season, but Angel wasn't, I think it was the LA franchise. I think. I could be wrong, but I think it was. And so she was like, and Angel, Robin was explaining who she was associated with, or whatever. And then Gizelle said, I guess they are recycling folks. And then what's her name wanted to say, well, our numbers are better. Their live numbers are better.
Right.
But they're
not their numbers.
Not their numbers.
I don't understand why she said that.
Yeah, not her numbers. Their live numbers are better. And it probably is because the average person, if you watch your show, if you can't tune in at 7, you can tune in at 8. Watch What's Happening Live, watch, and then watch the show again. Because the show comes on twice on Sundays. So a lot of times in that second episode isn't considered new. It's only that first one. That first one is those live numbers. But what they do is they now record all the numbers for the week. They do the live numbers and then what people tune in to Peacock for their whole week. They don't do live numbers anymore because nobody really have cable the way that we used to have 10 years ago. Right. People stream. So that's not considered, you're not considered weak anymore. As a matter of fact, I'll even take it a step further. What surprised me is how poorly Beverly Hills was doing. And they're not doing poorly, but Salt Lake has surpassed all of them is surprising to me. It's surprising to me, but Salt Lake has surpassed them all.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why she's like, what did that have to do with anything?
It didn't.
And I really feel like
somebody said that because Quiet was sitting in the second chair.
Yeah, she was mad. She was second seat, which is fine. And I knew she would be, and she should have too. I don't know why she expected not to. Do you think she expected not to be?
I don't know. Quad is weird to me though. She's one of those. She's so performative. That's because even that little rehearsed line, you know, I can't even remember the jargon that she said, but to Gizelle, but she was just like, it wasn't like you said, it wasn't like you said that that we are over here recycling so and so. She should have been clear
But I
because
mean, but they are. I feel like she would have been like, but you are. And there's nothing wrong with it because I don't think that what she said was anything against any of those shows. I don't think that they talked bad about either show. So that's when I was like, why are you trying to say your ratings are better than ours? Are you trying to put my show down? Yeah, that's what I got from it.
She was trying to put Gizelle in her place.
Yeah.
That's what she was trying to do.
And I was like, why? Because even on when they were at BravoCon and on the panels, Potomac, Gizelle and Wendy both said Atlanta, Married to Medicine, we love those girls. Like the black people got to stick together. Like why, Quad? Why? I didn't understand
that. I think that a lot of people don't see Married to Medicine in the same kind of light, and I think maybe Quiet feels a way about that.
But I don't even think Quad. I think she wanted it to be more of a fun moment. I don't until she put the ratings in there. But I don't. Yeah. I think people are blowing it up as like they mad at each other. They got beef with each other, and they don't.
Well, I don't think they mad at each other because Gizelle. I mean, she said she's like, "I love you to the moon," which is so.
Yeah, I love you downstairs.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm like, Quad. That's just Quad though. She's irritating to me. Like she's the reason why I wasn't really crazy about. She's so performative, and it's just like you can't even see your guy. I don't know if y'all watch the show. This dude does not want no baby with her.
Like, and then another thing, I'm like, because
I mean, it's not that he don't.
She was like, "You're not giving Angel a chance," and I'm like, "Yeah, Gizelle did give Angel a chance. She even apologized, but Gizelle don't apologize to people. But this lady didn't give Sweet Tea not now chance. Okay, you didn't give Tea not now chance, lady. You need to be quiet."
Sure did. Yeah, yeah, and I don't think Angel with her slow talking self. I don't think. I just don't think she acts like somebody who ain't never watched a reality show a day in her life. Like she doesn't get what's going on. Like I would have asked for help because it was my reputation on the line. I would have asked somebody. Like hands down, I wouldn't have taken that on by myself. It's not about fear or anything. It's just like I don't know how close it was for her coming home and leaving Potomac. I don't know if y'all know, but she closed on her house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She did buy a house in Maryland somewhere. So I don't know where, but
I don't think she'll be back on the show. Because it's even with Monique, and I guess we should get into the show, but when Angel was sitting at the table and she was crying, she was like, "Look, you've got to be vulnerable and you've got to let these ladies in, and you can't care about what you look like. Like you need to make it entertainment." I don't know if you caught that.
I did.
Monique said that to her.
I was surprised that they shared that.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's like a fourth wall, third wall, or whatever they call it. What is it? The third wall?
The fourth wall. Yeah.
That's that was one of those kind of conversations. Because Angel she's just failing miserably. I don't think she's trying to. I think she has come up with this personality, this persona. She's this rich chick. That's what she wants to display. Because I don't know if y'all tripped off it last week when they first got to the house, when she was just like, when they were explaining the situation, when Wendy explained what she had heard about her friend, she was like, well, my rich self paid $14,000 a month for that house. Yeah, that like And then what make it so bad, if y'all go to that, you can go, it's not their house. I was trying to find their house that they were staying in on Airbnb, not for real, but I was hoping somebody would on Reddit because they did find Angel's house and they haven't found it because I'm like, I wouldn't. Angel just isn't presenting herself truthful. And I guess everybody wants to control their narrative, but she's just doing a terrible job of it.
She's trying to be too controlling of it.
And she's giving people the impression that something is going on with her because I hear a lot of people talking about it because I think Monique might be on to something. I don't think she's going about it in the right way, but I think she might be on to something.
I just feel like, Angel, if you don't want to be with them, don't blame your partner. Because then people are going to be like, what is he making her not come? Why does she have to check? You know, she's just been like, I don't know if I want to go. Because she didn't want to stay with them. It's evident she was not planning on spending the night with them, not now night.
And she's too old to have to tell. You don't have to tell your husband everything.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the problem too.
Yeah, that's the major problem.
Because he's not gonna want this show no more. Because
he's not gonna want, because you're frustrated. That men who care about you, you know, don't nobody want to feel your pain or watch your wife frustrated all the time. And he's probably sick of hearing her talk about them women. So, because Bobby had made the comment that he kicked those women out. I'm like, what?
He did?
Yeah. She made a comment like, not literally kick them out, but something to that, yeah. And I'm like, that's not cool. Not like literally kick them out, but basically she did. It was like 7:00 and she was like, okay, y'all, it's time to go home. Like that's what she thought was hosting.
Right.
Like they could have at least sat around and drank and kikied a little bit more. First yawn, then you could say, well, all right, y'all.
Honey, she ended that real quick when Monique said, I watch your kids. She kicked them out.
Well, I mean, that ain't abnormal. I understand that part of Angel, and she's a nursing mom. When you're a nurse, when you're nursing a baby, even though that baby is 18 months old, that baby probably don't even go to sleep unless he getting some nookie.
But I mean, they've all, well, not all of them, but Wendy did it. Ashley's done it because they both had babies on the show.
That's Gizelle did say, you know, why didn't you have your daycare lined up? Like you knew that you were hosting. That is a valid point. Yeah. You knew that you were hosting, you know, 7 or 8 women this weekend. You should have had daycare on lock, if for no other reason, these next couple of days. I mean, I definitely agree with that. Because anything could have happened. But when you bank on, you know, everything going smoothly, that's just not how you do when you're hosting other people. And like I would have spent most of my time with the people that I'm hosting. That would have meant that I had gotten up early and went by their house and was there when they had breakfast. Since you were going to be separate. Because I ain't too mad at the fact that she was at home. It is the fact that you don't even know what's going on.
I think if she would have got a house close or production or anybody, it would have been fine. Because there's been times, I think even one of the trips, it might have been Monique's house, where some people had a different, because I remember Candace went
she had another house
to talk to somebody.
She had another house. She had like
they had but it was on the same compound.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Be an hour and a half away. That's too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know if I know it's last minute Colorado trip, but maybe they shouldn't have done this last minute Colorado trip because people already complain about not having a good trip.
I still don't
and they do the ladies any kind of way.
That's the part that I think that people aren't real. I don't think it was last minute. If she's saying that it was originally supposed to be a couple's trip, but then they had to pivot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, but that's her thing. It's last minute.
Yeah, it's not last minute. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just was moving last minute. Because if she's saying that production booked that house last minute, that means you didn't have anything booked because they wouldn't have booked that. Because she was like, I had looked into the the 5 seasons, they probably didn't have enough room in that hotel.
Probably
That's
not.
possible. And and the reason I kind of believe that is because I think the room that Gizelle get is only one room. It
Yeah,
might
they
have,
just all staying in an executive suite. They're
yeah,
all
they
just
just
staying in
all
it. Yeah.
staying in there. Yeah.
But I don't. Well, another thing I don't understand is when they was there and they were looking up houses, they found one closer,
Yeah,
like
I
an
saw it.
Airbnb that
Yeah.
was closer.
Yeah.
I don't think she tried.
I don't know.
But
It,
anyway, okay. I think we done talked about the show without talking about the show.
it was so many like little bitty things.
Let's see.
Oh,
What do you think
I
about
thought was in.
Jazzy Foot? Go
Oh,
ahead.
wait a minute. I thought was interesting before you, because I know you reading it. I thought was interesting. Monique all but said Gizelle was right when she was saying that, you know, in her experience, sometimes
Oh
you end up
yeah.
taking things out on people that they
Mm-hmm.
weren't meant for. And I was like, well, Gizelle gonna have a time when she see this. Cause I mean, I could peep that. I don't necessarily peep that with Angel because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the issues with her and Bobby. I haven't seen any issues, anything negative. What I have seen, I wouldn't call it negative though, is that she seems very emotionally dependent on him. That was a
Mm-hmm.
conversation somewhere, and people were like, "Wouldn't you want to be emotionally dependent on one another?" Hmm, yes and no. I think there is a private codependency, and I think
Yeah.
there is kind of like you want your man to have your back and you have his. I get
Mm-hmm.
that part, but I don't want to have to my every move to be at his permission.
Yeah,
That
and and
would
I and I
irritate
think she's using some of that as an excuse,
me.
but then
Absolutely.
some of it is really how she moves with him.
It's definitely how she moved with him. And he was like, I wouldn't want to do that. Do you want to do that? Like he wanted to give her an out, but
Mm-hmm.
she didn't want to do it anyway,
She didn't want to do it anyway.
which is
I
kind
don't
of
think
messed up.
Angel
Why
is built for
invite
this
people
show.
to your time then? That's the
And I,
part. Like if
yeah,
you trying to sell us that you set up, her whole business is setting up an experience.
experience. Yeah,
That's her job. That's what she's trying to sell us. That's what Wonderland does. That if you go to Wonderland, they could put you on so you can find a place to stay, and we could give you excursions that can make your Colorado trip really, really great and grand. But you gotta get the trip part. Your stay got to be nice.
it's got. I mean, I wouldn't even want to say my business name after this.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be associated with this, and I just feel like we always say we want people to have another season. I don't think Angel is built for reality TV. She's too calculated. Even when she speaks, like you say, she's speaking slow, is because she is thinking of every word that she's going to say before she says it. She's
and
trying to be this perfect use. Because even when she was on Watch What Happens Live with somebody, they were like, "Oh my God, you using these big words!" Like, because Andy asked a simple question, and they were like Nicki Minaj because she's irking my soul. And then Angel went into this whole big soliloquy of big words, and they were like, "Oh, okay." Like she tries to present herself in this perfect way where she's so smart, her life is perfect, everything is beautiful, and everything is crumbling because nobody's perfect.
yeah.
And so you
Wendy
don't see
tried
all
to
the
do that.
flaws.
Wendy tried to do that. Uh,
Yeah.
Phaedra tried to do that. It's a
Yeah,
lot of
Phaedra
people
did.
that have come into this. You know, I always like Phaedra's because Apollo was too real to contain him in a box. So I don't mind when you trying to be perfect. Your husband was like, Trick. We was
That's
just
right.
screwing on air mattresses. Look, a couple of years ago, we was just screwing on air mattresses. Remember when Apollo
When
told
we
them?
was in
Yeah,
at my what you call it when you get out not home. What is it called?
halfway house.
Halfway house.
Right. Apollo would put her in her place. So I don't mind it when it's like that. Like I get that all of us want to protect our homes. I think that is a very natural part of being a woman. you know, you want to make, you know, some women, and most people that think like that are irritated by women that are very free, where they don't protect their home. They tell all their business. And, you know, and then get mad when people are judging you. You know, that also happens a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, I hope that it gets better. I know that she was talking to Kay, and she was saying that she didn't feel safe to go to Maryland, back to Maryland. And I just feel like, girl, I don't know if Kay didn't prepare you, or you didn't watch a show, or you just delusional, but that's not how reality TV works. And
Right.
she's in this like fantasy about what it's supposed to be. I don't understand her thought process.
Yeah, me either.
I don't get it. And I just feel like as a friend, Kay should have helped her or warned her or something.
Yeah. I don't think, yeah, that part is kind of crazy to me that while she's sitting up here talking about Gizelle, I'm like, girl, you got a friend sitting right next to you that her herself says she's been on 3 trips. Because I would have been asking Kay, and I would have had Kay to call Gizelle if that's really what you wanted to do, and really would have made sure that it was done right. Yeah, Gizelle would have roasted you a little bit, but at least everybody would have been comfortable. She would have probably said something. That part is true.
Right.
That part is probably true. Because Gizelle ain't, I mean, it just is what it is. Like, if you're on a reality show and you put together a sucky trip, the people that are there are going to talk about it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But I mean, have you ever watched a reality show? Like
I don't
ever?
think she has.
Like ever? I know that she has because she knew who Monique was.
Well, something ain't
I know.
right.
Yeah, when she was on Watch What's Happening Live, and I mean, now, yeah, not Watch What's Happening Live, on the after show, and they were talking about Monique. Uh, Angel knew exactly who Monique was, which tells me you've been a fan of the show. You've been watching the show. I just don't think she realized how hard it was for her. It was going to be for her to navigate this trip or try to save face. I think if Angel hadn't have spent so much time trying to send her representative as a personality versus who she was, she would have been received better, because I don't see her with any effort to get to know those girls, like any effort. And taking you to my house and that I can't stay at, and banishing me to the woods with no water and no air conditioning, and it
Ooh.
smell like sewer, ain't the
Mm,
way to get to know you. Like, I don't know what effort. Like, I would have been invited those girls over and we
to
just
my
had
house.
tea
Yeah.
and talk. Like, just talk. Like, you don't need to have nobody center you. We've already done that before. Like, that might be your thing, fine, but that's not me getting to know you. That's just me saying kumbaya and let's get the mess going.
Going.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that she's really had an effort. I don't think Tia has either, but Tia is just really forthcoming in conversations.
Yeah, we
Um,
know about Tia Daddy, her having a mama. I mean, her having a half
but
sister.
that's
Like
her
Tia knows
personal
everything.
story. That's her personal story. The girls aren't in on it. I don't know if you peeped that. That's her personal story. She has a story. Angel doesn't have a story.
Right. Yeah.
Like, Tia actually is giving us a story, and
She
that's
is.
fine. Everybody, every season does not have to have a storyline. I don't know why
Oh
that
my
is
God.
so important for people, because obviously Gizelle is filming other things. They're just not showing it because we've seen her get her ears. Remember, they just showed her.
Yeah, they don't show a lot of
Right.
stuff.
She said that season when what's her name said that her uterus was dwindling.
Mm-hmm.
She was just like, I can't control what they decide to show.
That she, I mean, yeah,
Production.
she went. I mean, even Gizelle, her dad, and what she's going through with her dad, they didn't
Yeah,
show a lot of that, but she
yeah,
has something going on right now
yeah,
with her dad's will
yeah,
and that stepmama,
yeah. I
which
don't
I
know
still
if,
don't know what's happening with that.
yeah, I don't either. Because she hasn't mentioned it on either end. That's
Mm-mm.
that's kind of tricky. Giselle, girls, Giselle got me so paranoid. I've been talking to my mom about getting a trust.
Yeah.
Because you can't really touch a trust. You can play with wheels. You can sue people for wheels.
But not the trust. I
Yeah.
just can't believe that lady did that.
Because my mama has a wheel. And I know where it is. She told me where it is. I know what's in it. And I told her that I would uphold it under one condition. So,
Not under one, girl. Not the
oh,
stipulation.
I definitely have a stipulation.
Ah,
Yeah, and I told her, and I will, if as long as things go, the way it should, it won't be a problem, because I know even what my stepfather wanted, because he told me. I ain't
mm-hmm.
really concerned about what he told other people. I'm only concerned with what he told me, and her wishes was his wishes.
Yeah.
And if it's as long as you ain't trying to push nothing different, but Gizelle's situation has kind of opened my mind,
Making.
because yeah, when my father died, he had just recently got married. He just didn't have a lot of money, but he had a little. But his wife didn't pay for a dime,
Mm.
a quarter, a nickel, or a dime. And I
And she
know
wanted
she
it
had a
all.
and I know she had a policy for out
Yeah.
on him.
Mm-hmm. It's just sad. But I mean, and I also feel like when you try to make people have these storylines, that's when they start lying a lot and they
Yeah,
start creating
yeah.
stuff just so people won't say that about them. And you want these
Correct.
people to be as real as possible and
Correct.
not just try to create drama and chaos and confusion in their lives to entertain you. And
Right.
that's what they want some of them to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, I think we done talked about the show, Joy.
I think we have.
The only thing we didn't touch on was Jazzy. Going back and telling Angel what Monique said, and then also her telling Tia that she was at Angel's house out of default. I don't
Oh,
understand that.
okay, I do. And she's right. She's actually right. What basically Tia was saying, it wasn't really geared toward um Tia. It was actually geared toward Kiana. The reality is Kiana didn't want Jazzy in the house with her. That's really what happened. She wanted, because uh what's her name? Angel said she wanted all three. But
Right. But she didn't have room.
she didn't have room, so she could only pick two. She wanted to pick Jazzy, but Kiana was like, no, because Kiana don't want her in there. She said that. She just didn't say Kiana's name. She was just like, somebody else advocated for her.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, she was talking about uh, Kiana. Kiana didn't want Jazzy in the house.
But still, Jazz, I was just like, Jazzy, you still didn't stay. You still was in the sewage, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's making Angel look even worse to me. I'm like,
It
you're not
does.
helping her.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
It does. Like Angel, she's so far and different, because it's just like, if Angel had any sense, or really had watched the show and wanted to be strategic, she would have had the people around her that, I wouldn't say your worst enemy. Kay would have been there regardless, because she's your friend. But
Mm-hmm.
I would have picked somebody like Gizelle or Ashley. I would have picked one of them to come in my house, if for no other reason, so they can get to know me a little better. And I'm telling you, the pushback would still be there, but it would have been different. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It would have been a
But
lot
I
different.
think if Gizelle was at that house and knew that them girls ain't had no water,
It
they
was
would have
going to
been
be a
checked on.
problem anyway.
They would have been checked on.
Oh, yeah, they definitely would have been checked
Yeah.
on. Yes, they definitely would have been checked on. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's real crazy. But anyway, I guess that's all. We done.
Yeah. I didn't know Jazzy was a flight attendant. I
I
thought that
didn't either till she said that. She had traveled the world and been several places as a flight attendant.
Yeah. I have a little cousin she does private flight attendants.
Okay.
So she goes on private jets and planes, but she has to like provide their meal, and they usually tell you what their meal is. Sometimes it's a franchise, which she loves, and sometimes she has to make food.
Oh, I got a
But
cousin that's just a Southwest flight attendant.
yeah,
He ain't
and
no private, but he do a good job.
yeah, and she loves it because wherever they go, if they're in Costa Rica for a week or here for a week,
She
she goes.
going.
Yeah, she and her she's real popular on like Instagram.
I need to do that.
Yeah, she
I'm not a good flyer. I couldn't do it.
oh, I would say yeah, I kind of know who she is because she was on a reality show. I've kind of talked about her before. She was on the Real World before.
Oh yeah.
Her.
Yeah, but I can't. I'm not a good flyer. I have to take a Dramamine, not less drowsy.
Yeah.
It bothers me, but I
Mm-hmm.
wish I could. I would
Yeah.
love it. I would
Yeah,
love
it
to
seems
fly.
like it would be a cool job. I had a girlfriend that used to be a flight attendant for American Airlines,
Yeah.
and she loved it. She loved it. She traveled a lot.
Yeah, get out of here. All right. Well, I guess I'm about to get ready to go.
All right,
It was just
honey.
me and you. I don't know where everybody else is.
I
Stay
know
slacking.
ain't nobody on here, but yeah, I it's so many things that I wanted to pull out. I just can't. I don't never can remember stuff because I said I was gonna do me a review on TikTok because I can't never remember this stuff.
Really? I take
Yeah,
notes, as you know.
yeah. Oh, did you see this week? Oh, I don't think this was this week, but Jamal and his wife at New Hope, they were talking, and I guess he was trying to tell people to put their hand on their currency. They finna pray over their currency, and his wife leaned over and put her hands on him.
No,
It was funny, but
that's
yeah,
her currency, huh?
that's her currency.
I ain't bad at it.
That's her currency.
Yeah, but I mean, I know people was mad about that dress, and people, I could care less.
I didn't see nothing wrong with. I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing wrong with that dress, but it wasn't. It really wasn't that bad, and
It was
it
not.
was based on the fact that she had so much body. If she
Yeah,
was a straight up and down, would nobody think much of it because Giselle was something similar. Hers was just a pantsuit, and her breasts were all the way down. It just
yeah,
wasn't tight. You know what I mean? It
yeah.
wasn't
Just
hers.
and I
Wasn't
don't know. I think that lady done had some surgery though.
I don't know if she had surgery or not, but I mean, she looked nice in a dress. I
I
wouldn't
thought
have
she looked
worn
good.
it to a new it wasn't church related. And as a first lady, you should you're such a role model in the
Yeah,
church. People really do look up to, the preachers and the first ladies. So you you're not gonna
yeah.
always
No,
get it right,
we had people
but
talking. Oh yeah, yeah.
they couldn't flush the toilet.
Hey, girlfriend, where you been? I just realized who that was.
Oh God, I ain't seen you in a minute. Hi,
Girl,
Tom.
where have you been hiding?
Right.
Right. I feel bad. We just been talking. I ain't looked at no comments.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
It's MLK Day.
it is. Happy Monday Day. Yeah, I'm about to.
Or according to Trump, it's Trump Day. He said this should be Trump Day.
No, he did not.
He took away all of the, certain days of the year that was free at like the
The
national
parks,
parks
yeah,
and stuff. He took that away, and he took that and said that you can go free on his birthday.
yeah. He took what Juneteenth, I think,
Yeah,
MLK Day,
yeah,
and and then put his
yeah,
birthday in there.
yeah. Threw his
Yeah.
birthday in there. Yeah, he a mess. I hope y'all watching the news because this like we're knocking on the door of World War III for real. Did you see the letter that Trump sent out to those European nations yesterday?
No, what did he
About NATO.
do?
Like he's trying to go against NATO. Like the United States, like will not. like for real, if y'all ain't paying attention, like turn on the news. Like this SHIT
I
is
can't. I've
getting
not watched it because it's
this
just a
is
silly
getting it's
stuff.
getting deep though. It's like I don't when we were kids and you learn about history and how the government is set up and stuff, girl, and we learn about these checks and balances and guardrails. Like none of those are working. All of those things that we taught our children, we had to take all them tests for, none of those are working. Like they're not working. That means the president is moving like a dictator.
Yeah.
He has unilateral power. He ain't trying to pass no laws. He don't care about governing. But it kind of makes sense. That's why all he does is sign executive orders, because he don't need Congress for executive orders. And they're only as good as a person that's in office, because a person that comes in office behind him can change it if we have
Yeah.
another election. And he just said last week that maybe we don't need elections anymore. That's
No, girl. Okay. I'm gonna
I mean,
start
he
watching the
really
news.
did say that. That's not an over exaggeration. He was talking and he was saying that he thinks it's unfair that the people voted him in and then other people could come in and halt his presidency. Maybe we shouldn't have an election. Like he actually said that. That's not an over
What?
exaggeration. So I don't know what's gonna happen in November. Like, but he talked about that when he was on the trail. That's on my TikTok. It's him doing a speech somewhere and him telling the audience, all you have to do is vote for me this one last time. You won't have to vote again, I promise. Like
Girl, be
he
quiet.
said those words. That's on my TikTok right now. It's an old video. It's like it's from July 2024. But that's on my TikTok, because that stood out in my mind. Like he didn't say that, all those things that they were like, oh, he's joking, he don't really mean that. Like this dude is an evil cat. Like this is beyond. And I don't know if y'all heard about Sasha Riley. Did you hear about Sasha Riley?
No.
Oh my God, y'all really. Whew. So Sasha Riley is this part of the Epstein stuff. But there is this man, and it's not a girl. His first name is William, by the way. His name is William Sasha Riley. That's what
Okay.
his adopted father named him after him. In the Epstein files, William Riley and Bill Riley, same person, or in the Epstein files. Nothing like really, really bad, but well, yes, it is. There's a reference to him burying a dead girl.
Girl.
Yeah, there's them Epstein files are no joke. But the biggest thing that everybody is talking about is Sasha Riley. He's an adult man now. He was adopted when he was 3 years old by a man named William Riley. And he was adopted and sold into this sex trafficking ring from the time he was 7 until he was 12. And so
Stop.
this sex trafficking ring is way bigger than what we thought it was. And when I say way bigger, like for real, way bigger. This guy, Sasha, names Jim Jordan. He's in the House of Representatives and on the Epstein committee. He names Andy Briggs, also on the Epstein commission. He names Lindsey Graham. He's not on that committee, though. He names Clarence Thomas. And he said Clarence Thomas stands out because he was the only Black person, and Black people were not at these events. And these events were so barbaric. Now, mind you, he was 12 at the most. Mm-hmm. Basically, they had to fight to have sex with him. These are men, by the way. Men.
Men.
Yeah, and they would have to beat him up in order to have sex with him. He said he was having sex with this one girl and that they were filming it. And when they finished, he shot her. Somebody shot her in the head and told him, yeah, they buried him. Girl, that story is deep too, because his father buried her. And he said that on his way to bury her in some field somewhere, they got a ticket because he was trying to leave like evidence. He had he had been reported by teachers, all the different schools he went to for a short period of time. CPS had got involved because he always had bruises because he was fighting these men, and his adopted father had taught him how to fight. So after he shot that girl, after they shot that girl and removed her body, they told him that he better do what the next person who comes in after them, whatever they wanted. The next person was Trump. According to him, Trump had sex with him. This is a kid, by the way, not even 12. And then wanted to laid on his stomach and wanted his turn. He said he spotted a stake, a tent stake that you would, put in the ground to hold a tent up on his weapon because he said that Trump was sadistic. He liked to inflict pain. So he said he had got the stake, put a condom on it, shoved it up Trump's butt. And he said with every bit of might he had in his body, he kicked it. And he said Trump had to be airlifted out because he tore him a new a-hole.
No.
And all you have to do is kind of use some reasonable thinking. And in the reasonable thinking, I don't know if you know, Trump has no control over his bowels.
Stop it.
There's been a running narrative that he smells. In all of the books that were written about him at the end of his first administration, they all said the same thing, that he had this horrible, horrible smell. And he's boo-booed on himself before on the golf course in his shirt.
Stop it, girl.
Yes, like for real. That is, Google it. Go to Reddit. Like, it's like a known fact that if y'all watch people that sit around them, they'll have all of these people that's gotten used to it. And then you'll have somebody sit behind him and they whole face tunes up. They say he smells bad. He passes gas all the time.
Oh my God.
And he didn't say this, but everybody was like, well, now we know why he don't
she's watching it.
have control over his bowels. But girl, he's a mess. But that Sasha Riley situation is like terrible. This young boy, well, he's not a young boy because he's older than me. This guy, because he had to be older than me because he said this happened in the 80s.
That's crazy.
It happened in the 80s. Like, so, but I knew it was boys in them Epstein files because when the governor of Florida had released a whole bunch of files in the June of 24, I was bored, I was off, and I wasn't working summer school. And I kind of went through some, and one of the pieces of paper, because most of them was like, they were like copies. And one of the pieces of paper was a list of lawsuits that Epstein had settled. And two or three of them, I want to say three, were boys. And they were like 10 or 11 years old. And they were like for sexual misconduct, sexual rape, sodomy. These were cases that were filed that they settled.
What?
Yes, like, so I knew there were boys involved. I had just assumed that Trump was some kind of partner or a very strong customer. I didn't realize, according to Sasha, he said that Trump was over it. He was more of the boss. And that all of these, you have to wonder, Lindsey Graham, how he was talking about Trump after the insurrection in 2021, and like 2 seconds later, then he all up Trump's behind again. Like you always did feel like they had something on him, but you never thought it would be that, because Lindsey Graham is in those files.
This is crazy.
Like this is way, like, how did all of these pedophiles get in the office? That's a good question. Like, how did all of these pedophiles get in? Because Jim Jordan, when this happened, he was a kid. Not really a kid, but he was like 20. He was like 20. He was like a college student, but the connection is there because one of the people that is definitely in the files is that little freak that he used to work for at whatever college it was. There's some kind of documentary all about it where he was having sex with the players and sexually assaulting the players. I can't remember what college it was, but it was a really big thing. And Jim Jordan was the assistant coach there, and they said they went to him and he was like, he knew nothing about it. Like, girl. This, like how did all of these pedophiles get into these powerful positions? It kind of reminds me of something that I remember studying. I read this book, Message to the Black Man, and one of the book in the book, it talks about how the KKK had to restructure themselves, that they couldn't just, run around on horses with capes, that's not what they were doing. But what they did was they became police officers and judges.
Yeah,
and
they
lawyers
put themselves in a position
teachers.
for it.
They put themselves in a positions of power.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. That's kind of scary to see that happening, to see it in 2026. It's a lot of pedophiles in Congress.
Oh, yeah.
So when Trump says a lot of my friends is going to be hurt, I don't know if y'all know, but only 1% of the files have been released. And that is a law that was put into place. That means the House signed it, the Senate signed it, and Trump signed it into law. But they're still refusing to release it. They've only released 1%. If Trump's name was in there over 600 times and only 1% was released.
That's crazy.
Like, this is way deeper. This is worse than any Law and Order episode or movie or miniseries that we could even imagine. That you have these adult men that are looking for kids to prey on. And they're not just preying on, like Sasha said, this broke my heart, girl. Sasha said the first time he told his story was when he had become an adult. He had went to the army. He turned 17, 18, he went to the army. And I don't know if it was his commanding officer, whoever he reports to. I don't know who the point person, but somebody in the army had seen the movie. Because he did porn movies with these little girls, this child pornography. He was in those movies, and he makes clear that those movies still circulate today. That these were, and mind you, he said it stopped when he was 12 because you're not a little kid anymore. Ain't that sick? Girl, this is like the sickest stuff.
It's crazy.
It's worse than anything that we could have thought of. Like, I thought Trump was a little freak and he like little 15-year-old girls. I'm like
anything.
Like anything. That's sick. That's why I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's true at all, to be honest, but I read it where it said Jasmine Crockett, allegedly Ivanka called her ghetto. And
who ghetto?
Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah, I heard that.
And Jasmine Crockett said, but my daddy didn't touch me though. Because according to the Epstein files, there has been several girls that have said that Trump picked them because they reminded him of Ivanka. Girl, it's bad.
I ain't looked into it because it'll make me sick.
Yeah, it will make you sick. Like you, and it's like I don't really consider myself like a patriot in that way.
Yeah,
but I was a history teacher. I have always admired how white folks feel like this is their country, although they stole it, but they believe it, and they wrote this piece of paper that if you could find a way, my husband hates when I say this, but if you can find a way to eliminate the fact that it's both sexist, misogynist, and racist,
right.
It really is a pretty good document. It was an experiment. The United States and the freedoms that we have had never happened in the world before. It was an experiment. They wanted to be able to have freedoms within limits. Where the fact that I could come on here and on this open forum and talk about the president and not have the FBI knock on my door, or it's
girl.
you're not like, it couldn't happen in a whole bunch of countries. A whole bunch of countries that this what I'm doing right now just couldn't happen.
No.
So I've never really considered myself a patriot in the way that white folks use patriotism, but I am like, this is the country that I live in. I want to stay here. I want to be able to say what I'm saying right here. It's not that I don't want to go other places or broaden my horizon, but this is the country that we live in.
Girl.
And I am just sad to see that what we're seeing today, our daughters may not get to see, because there was a real, I think I said this a couple of weeks ago, a real law that the House signed that would prevent any woman that has ever been married and took on her husband's name as their last name, they would never be able to vote again. That actually passed in the House. It didn't pass in the Senate, so it didn't become law. But the fact that it passed the House, y'all, those people represent the American people. That there is half of America that feel right now, that's in power, that feel like women should not vote. That was a real thing. I'm not over exaggerating. You don't believe me? Google it yourself. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the act number, but it really did pass in the House. It was last session, not this current session, but it was last session. And then all of those white folks that went to these town halls after he was elected complaining about it, the people who voted yes for it, the Congress people were like, I didn't know that it would say that. Who did you think it was going to affect? Because it wasn't going to affect not one man, because very few men changed their last name. It would only affect women. Like, we are living in a time where they really want to take you back to the 1940s.
They go try.
Like, because that was a good time for them. That was, America was great. White men dominating.
Making America great again. That's what they mean, Chad.
Yes, that's what they mean. Like, it's different. Yeah, we got all, we watch Housewives, and we got all these beautiful Black women, because regardless of how you feel about them, one of the things I will admire, Montique said this to me, and I've never gotten this out of my head. It was so smart. You said Bravo is probably single-handedly putting a whole lot of money in some middle-aged women's pockets. Like no other, like Bravo, you know how many housewives there is? These women aren't making $2 an hour. Gizelle probably making $700,000 or $800,000 a year. Ashley right there with her. Mm-hmm. I would imagine Wendy is probably making every bit of, at this point, $500,000. Mm-hmm. What you think Kyle making? What you think?
Oh yeah, they making in a million.
Was making. Mm-hmm. I don't know if y'all remember that Nene, when she left, was making $1 million a year.
Mm-hmm. They all making some money.
That's and it has nothing to do if they decide to open up a business. And I think that I was telling my daughter, this is why I think there's so many divorces within the housewives of whatever in their hemisphere, whatever. It's because a lot of these women get on these shows because their men are making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then they get on these shows and they start making their own lot of money.
They make their own money.
Starting businesses, and they like, dude, I don't need you no more.
Now, appearances they make money.
Now, sometimes these men start smelling themselves, and the girls get in their DMs and they start cheating. Mm-hmm. That happens as well. But a lot of times these women, they learn their worth. A lot of these women don't come on here confident. Think about Teresa. Mm-hmm. From that girl. I was shocked when I found out Teresa had an associate's degree and she had a job once. Like, she has lived her soft life her whole life. She had been with Joe since she was a kid. Like, they were like her brother's name is Joe too. Her brother said he wanted to kick Joe's butt when he found out his sister was dating him because he thought they was cousins.
No.
That's how close their families were.
Yeah, I feel like the Housewives has changed all these women's lives.
They have, like these,
and then the fact that they still like they go around in their swimsuits and they go show their butt. Like women, they wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't for the Housewives. I mean, they do all.
And that's what I think Angel is missing. See, Angel is a woman who married well, and I ain't mad at her. I write, most of the women that I write are kind of like Angel. So I get Angel. Angel is one of those girls that probably, who was doing her own thing, and she met a guy that could take care of her the way she probably wanted to be taken care of. And he seems like a nice guy. Mm-hmm. But that kind of stuff that would impress other people don't impress these girls. These girls are girls that want to stand on their own. Say whatever you want about Kiana, but I felt her when her mama was saying, you need to get a ring. Kiana said, but I'm finna get this condo first.
Yeah.
I felt that with my heart because I know that's the kind of mentality of a girl. The ring gonna come when it come, but I'm finna get this condo right now. In other words,
as long as it's in her name. Make sure it's in your name, girl.
This may or may not work out with Craig, but I'm gonna have this condo though. Mm-hmm. So I ain't mad at her. I'm not mad at a woman that it stands on her own. That's why I don't get the read that they have when they be like, so-and-so ain't got no man. Gizelle cares about a man like that. I'm sure she wants company and she wants her back blown out every once in a blue moon. But I don't think Gizelle is Kenya in the fact that she's had children. She's been married. When you've been married before and you have children and you have a heartbreak and a public one at that, you ain't itching to take on nobody's take on a new owner. You want to be your own
another thing
person.
is like, even the ones who have husbands and they claim, and it's not just Gizelle, so all the single ladies on the shows, they say that about. But these women, they don't stay married. And then when they get unmarried, they were like, I was so miserable in my marriage. Like,
never fails.
Having a man is great, but it's not the flex that some of these people try to make it be. And I don't understand why. And then when a man cheats on a woman, they dog the woman like she did something wrong. Right. So all the wrong that Jamal did.
Right.
Got put on the woman, and I don't know why.
Like you can't keep no man. Can't nobody keep Jamal.
You can't keep it. Nobody. A man can't be kept. Nobody can be kept.
That is the craziest conversation.
Yeah,
I'm like, dogs are kept, men are not. And I always say, whenever you're dealing with the reason that I don't flex my marriage like that, and I think it's gross when women do it. My marriage is still based on somebody else's behavior. Mm-hmm. It's still based off his behavior, because if he start tripping and acting a fool in the coming time, I'm gonna have to reconsider my marital status.
Yeah, like
it's based off somebody else. Unfair.
I just don't understand that. It's just like, and some of these women just want to be single. They don't want to be married anymore. I mean, Gizelle left Jamal after she had twins. So you literally, when she left, she was ready to go. And that's a hard thing to leave when you just had a baby. You know what I mean? 3 babies. You got 3 now.
And she got,
and for her to make the decision means she was ready to go.
Yeah, she was ready to go.
That's a brave thing to do. And even Monique, it's a brave thing to do.
And Jamal didn't have a lot of money. Jamal,
not when they know.
His net worth even now is not even $1 million. It's like $500,000, which is no small feat for a minister. Right. But I'm just saying, Jamal gets a salary from his church. That's it. He gets a salary because the church that he's at now is not even his. That was Eddie Long's church.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he gets a salary. Now I'm sure he might have some other things going on, which is fine. I'm just saying, he is a man who of somewhat modest whatever. Because I don't think, I mean, this is a guy who drove a little Gucci car. Remember that
Right.
little Gucci car? Like, now that may have been his East Coast car, but it was what it was. I also always felt like, because he kept it at Gizelle's house, I always wondered, did he stay with them when he came in town? I used to wonder about that.
Probably.
Yeah, did he used to stay with them, which is fine because Leon used to do it, and she was married at, at Peter's house.
And that's a good thing of co-parenting. And then being able to co-parent with him after what he did to her. I'm telling you, that's takes both a bigger woman than anything.
I don't know what happened with Cynthia, but Cynthia, I loved the way her and Leon presented themselves.
Yeah.
Leon said that when Cynthia called him, I heard him say in an interview, when Cynthia called him to interview, to tell him she was possibly going to get this job, how does he feel about, Noel being on his show? She said, and I didn't know that's Noel is Leon backwards either.
Yes, Leon backwards, yeah.
That Noel, he said, as long as I get to be on the show. So they had a deal that every season he would pop up at least once.
Oh.
So that's why we would see a little bit. It may have been only one episode.
Yeah.
But that was the deal that they made, and she kept it up.
Yeah.
And she kept up her end of the bargain. So I thought that was nice. That was good co-parenting. If y'all watched Portia's show, I think that's what Portia wanted to do with Dennis, but it was too fresh to do what she wants to do. She wants to be this unit. And if you ever watch them together, they have great chemistry. Portia and her baby daddy. I every time I see them together, I wonder, because they had like a little street show where they would walk and ask people questions. I don't know why they not together, because
I don't think she's attracted to him.
Dennis is probably the one guy that would allow her, and I say allow in that way, allow her to be herself, because Portia will conform to the man she's with. We've seen her do it. That's what she was doing with Cordell. She conforms. And because that's what he wanted. She liked Cordell. If you think about it, if Portia hadn't have been on this show, can't you see Portia still with Cordell? Because
yes, she would still be with him, and she
don't you think Ashley would still be with Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a lot of these divorces would not happen. It's just like Monique would tell you that reality TV was a light on them.
It magnifies everything.
It was a light on them that she could, like look at herself, like for real. My daughter doesn't believe that the Monique that we're seeing is the representative of her true self. She said it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, which I think is funny because I call her talk. My baby's Gen Z, and she be talking. I say it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo because this particular generation talks therapy a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they are always in reality with that therapy. Like, it is sometimes weird. Like, I think if Monique if she was like really, really honest, Monique would have like really told why she left the radio show. Y'all do know what happened, right?
Yeah, they tell them, because I don't think they do.
So Monique got in trouble because her and her co-star were dating. Both of them were married at the time.
There we go.
Now, Monique did get a divorce. So I don't know. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
But her boyfriend, that guy who was licking her neck, and by the way, if y'all didn't know, I'm sure most of y'all do. Monique said that Chris leaked it
to try not to make her not get on the show.
Yeah, to try to make her not. Yeah, he threatened her with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, but he was married, and it's crazy. It's pictures on the internet of Chris, him, and her together.
Mm-hmm.
That's like crazy to me. Like at promotion.
If y'all say that trainer didn't happen,
Yeah, it's like promotional stuff. Like all three of them are in pictures. Sometimes they're with other people, but I saw one particular picture. It was just them three.
Mm-hmm.
Like Monique definitely was cheating with
Yeah, girl. Not allegedly, not allegedly, allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure what
But
you're trying.
I like this Monique. I like to see women like embrace who they are. And if you a hoe, you a hoe. Because Ashley like that. I
Oh
like
yeah.
Ashley is she ain't even ashamed about the fact that she a hoe. Like she is that archetype. Sexuality is her archetype.
Yeah.
It as a character, I know why people don't like her. I really like her. There is this rumor, I don't know how true it is, that she's not coming back next year.
Well, somebody said that because of money, she might be demoted to friend because she's been on so long.
Yeah,
She
she
should
got the
be
top
guaranteed a
salary.
certain amount.
Yeah, and plus, and we know that what's her name is coming back.
Karen.
We know that Karen is coming back, and
Monique may come back.
I was just gonna say that Monique don't have a job right now, so she might come back. If I was her, I would.
Full time.
Yeah, she would come back, and
Wendy.
Wendy definitely coming back.
Okay.
Now, if she don't, it would be because her trial. I personally think they're gonna go into production early because Wendy's trial is in April. And they usually start filming. If y'all notice, it's around Karen's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Karen, Ashley, and Wendy's birthday are within like a week apart from each other. Y'all, I don't know if y'all ever noticed that. Their birthdays in real life are very, very close.
Very close.
So if y'all remember, for many years we would start and it would be Karen's birthday party and da 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 da. Last season it was Wendy's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all didn't notice. So with that being said, that would be May.
The first season, because you said in my spot on my birthday, Gizelle.
Yeah,
that is not good etiquette.
Yes, so, that was the first or the second season. So they have been starting around her birthday forever.
Yep.
It has been pretty consistent. Mm-hmm. So, and I know one of the only seasons that it was off and they kind of moved was 2019. And 2019 for them, although it didn't air for us until 2020 because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why we got to see a Christmas party, because remember Robin and Wine got engaged.
Yes, honey, she was dropping like it's hot.
So it was a little bit different that particular season only that season. I don't know why they started in 2019 off. They could have added another series or something. But yeah, because that series, when it aired in 2020 for us, it almost aired a year to the date. And I remember it was because we knew what day the fight was. Because in real time, when Monique and Candace had a fight, somebody was physically in there and recorded it. And it leaked to like blogs and stuff. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, it was good times. What that was when blogs.
That's when we met. That's
how we met. That's literally how Montique and I met, because of that season. Yeah, but I don't know.
Man. All right, we done been on here almost 2 hours. They stayed with us. A few people did.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is let me look at this. Yes. Oh my God, you joined us on. Okay. Yes. Oh my God, you have to join. Okay. Well, they all
we done missed all the comments. Sorry, y'all. We back though.
I was reading Kai. Kai said they all link up to protect.
Yeah, that's yes. That's why I said we didn't read none of the comments.
Yeah.
We'll do better.
Yeah.
Well, all right,
y'all.
Happy MLK Day.
Hold on. Let me read this one. I think it's so wild for so many people to trying to call the women for a horrible trip, who quite literally has business or luxury. I agree with that.
We agree with that. I mean, these people, I don't think that they really care about Angel. I think it's just they don't care about who's doing the message to Angel.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
You got to stop the hatred that these people have for some of these reality stars. should be studied, because
it's weird.
this is like, remember people used to remember Shane when she was mad at that lady? I mean, the character that they played at the soap opera.
I just saw it the other day. That was
about these reality TV shows. So they are like her, Jada, on Shane. Okay,
right. She was like Shane from the. It wasn't the Young and the Restless, but she's the something in the Hopeless. She was like, she said, the next time I see you with Miranda, I'm coming after you.
Yes.
Like my grandmother last year, she died. I remember calling her on the phone and asking her about something. I said, but Grandma, tell me what's going on with the soaps. What's going on with Young and the Restless? She was like, girl, I had to stop watching the Young and the Restless.
They get mad, girl.
Had my pressure all up. I was like, Grandma, they're acting. Like, this ain't even reality show. Can you imagine how invested my grandma would be in a reality show?
People, I'd be like, I want y'all to stop watching it for, if you get this involved and it messes with your heart and your soul this much. But you watch every week. It's the people who say, oh, I can't wait for this show to go off.
Right. It's so
why are you watching it? I don't understand those people. Like, nobody's forcing you to watch it.
I don't think they watch it for artistic reasons the way you and I, when we sit down and watch reality show, I know that there is a camera. Yes. I know that some of the things that they're doing is to entertain us. I believe that sometimes, I'll give you an example. I think Salt Lake does this best because one of the things I can't admire about their cast is I'm just so irritated that they number one, but they are able to have the most horrific things to say about one another, but they always apologize and they come back together.
They do.
I don't know what it is. These women got it. They know that this is a TV show and they're all getting paid. And also the situation with Browning and her husband, when she walked away, that's another example of this show can be very empowering for women.
My God, I know we got to go on Salt Lake when Brown was like, I was a loyal friend to her. And then Mary looked at her and said, yes, Brown, you are loyal. Look how you're so loyal to Todd. And I was like, Mary.
Yeah, Mary is a mess. What? Mary is a mess. Shit, like Mary.
Rowan couldn't even say anything. She just looked at her like, you right.
Yeah, right. like Mary is something. I really like Mary. Like when I tell you I like her, I watched that documentary, all 3 parts. And at the end of it, I was like, this is some hating a family.
I didn't even watch it because it ain't worth my time. Y'all
this ain't even about, do I think Mary got a cult? She probably do. Probably. But I think that a whole bunch of people have a cult. I think Jamal and them church, I ain't say it's a cult, but I think that people follow somebody blindly and can't hold even their leaders to the fire, I think I feel a way about it. You know what I mean? I feel a way that it's just like, because to me, if your leader wrong, your leader wrong. Now, that don't mean that you got to stop following them, but when they wrong, they wrong. And she probably is running something that would qualify as a cult. But they were all fine. They all stuck around when she married her step granddaddy. They all stuck around when she got wealth and had people financing their house and all the things that they were saying about Mary. That's not when they left the church. All of them stuck around until Mary became a housewife.
Oh, Kelly's on
here. That I knew then them was some jealous folks.
Oh yeah, they mad.
Because they stuck around for the stuff that I would have left when you married my granddad. But that wasn't why they left the church. They left once Mary became a housewife.
I like Mary.
They weird. One of his cousins was married to a Caucasian lady. And this Caucasian lady spoke a lot in this documentary, all 3 parts. And she would say things like, Mary and her husband would call them to the house, and they would be at the house to the point where she was trying to say that caused the end of her marriage. I was like, call to the house to do what? I said that about 50 times. To do what? What that documentary was gossip. It felt like, and it was like poorly done by like vloggers.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I was like, that's not a documentary. They insinuated that Mary had an affair. They insinuated that, and she married to her step granddaddy. Let her get some. That's what she want to do. And that guy,
I don't see her on the thing. Oh, we hadn't added her.
Yeah.
Callie.
Hi,
about to leave, girl.
Hey.
I know. But wait a minute. They also put information in that Mary documentary, whatever they're gonna call it, that was from bloggers that they didn't get permission from. Did y'all hear about all those complaints?
Yes,
No.
yes.
They had Kim all up in there.
Did they have him in there? I don't remember him in there.
Yes, he was in there the most, from what I understand.
No, he wasn't in there the most, but maybe it's a voiceover. But I did hear. That's what made me watch it. Mm-hmm. Is that because of Kim Barrell? He said that I guess he was used in the documentary without his permission. And he said he kept getting phone calls to come premiere it. And he kept declining it for whatever reason. And he said when it premiered, he kept getting all these phone calls, and that's how he found out. I don't particularly remember, but it was a bunch of bloggers in there, because that was one of the things that was kind of disappointing. In my opinion, it kind of discredited it.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like. Gossip. It felt like we don't like Mary, and it was stuff we had already heard about. I had heard about the $300,000.
I had too.
Yeah, somebody mortgaged their house for the church. I was like,
Alexis, stop.
I was like, what sin you trying to pay for? And that's the first thing that popped in my head, because it ain't nothing nobody could tell me to make me mortgage my house. And there's nothing.
She must have been doing some serious preaching or something, because he did it willingly.
Yes, willingly.
So he willingly gave it to her. Dang.
Yeah. So what? So the issue shouldn't even really be on her. I mean, listen.
That's crazy to me.
I didn't watch it. I'm like, I like Mary. Y'all ain't finna turn me against her. This documentary is late. Y'all should have done this 2 years ago. Yeah. And too sorry.
100%. I agree. I mean, I
was glad she showed up, by the way, because they said that when a lot of this came out, was at the end of season 2 or whatever, Mary didn't show up for the reunion.
Oh yeah, she didn't show up for the reunion. That's when she was demoted to a friend after that.
Yeah, well, she was gone for a couple of years, and then she was promoted to a friend.
Then she came back as a friend, and then she became full time. Yeah,
and still no one cared about that little cult. I mean, so what? There's so much stuff going on. Her and her so-called cult. That's they do what they're gonna do.
And nobody cares, because these are all adults doing what adults tend to do. It ain't nothing salacious. Ain't no kids involved.
Right.
There's no whatever. Like, everybody and their mama know these preachers messing over money. So this is still all adult stuff. So that's why I don't think people care. But the more salacious stuff, it just ain't there. And that documentary was a waste of my time. I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Me either.
But it was a waste. That's what it felt. Even my husband was like, they just hate this one hating person after another.
That's what it is. They call a documentary over some haters. No.
They some haters. They Mary Long. No Mary slander.
Not a police. Look, not a police. Not, you know what I mean? It wasn't that kind of stuff. Not an old insurance agent. Not something that would make it salacious. These were mostly her sister, her cousin, and his ex-wife.
So if that's the case, then she really don't have a relationship with many in her family then.
She probably don't. But they also insinuated, which I always thought it was that way, that her husband groomed her.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
That there was no will, the way we have been kind of told, that her grandmother wanted X, Y, and Z. It was more of him telling her that that he
Oh, okay.
that
I don't think I knew that part.
yeah,
So
that
okay,
he
okay.
was so much younger than the grandmother. He was real young. And the grandmother, this is the story. And the grandmother felt like he deserved somebody younger.
Okay.
So, and they picked Mary. And
Whoa.
they gave you the impression that if first of all, the grandma wouldn't have picked Mary because the grandma couldn't stand Mary. And they kind of insinuated without saying that Mary was basically a little slut.
Mary?
And yeah, and that Mary, if she wouldn't have picked Mary because Mary was a troublemaker, Mary was in trouble. Mary wasn't this innocent young girl that grew up in the church. She was fast. She was out.
No.
She was yeah.
It's hard to believe though.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you see that in her? I can't see it.
I can't see that in Mary.
That's in the documentary.
Yeah. Well,
that's what's in the documentary. That Mary grew up. She was, she was a girl of her era. It was the 90s. She was a 90s girl. And her grandmother died, and he convinced her that this is what her grandmother wanted. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, then he made Mary settle down.
Yeah. So she
and that Mary was married before him.
Oh.
Yeah, Mary was married before him, and she was divorced, and like days later, she married him.
Oh. What?
Yeah, that was in a documentary.
So I get the feeling that Mary knew that, okay, maybe this is a little bit wrong, but she wants me to run all these companies or whatever. It sounds like a plan to me. Yeah. I think she knew.
Very well, but she, that because she got a son by him.
So he is a father. I was never really sure.
Yeah, and I believed him because look, when I told y'all this, I believe in real time. When Mary was talking to her son, I may have said this to my auntie.
Oh, it was sad.
When Mary was talking to her son, when he was on drugs, and she was trying to talk to him, when she was saying to her son, I was so unhappy until I had you.
Yeah.
You remember when she was saying that?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell y'all what I heard. My life was miserable. I was sleeping with this old man. And you were the only thing that made me happy. Because I could stop sleeping with you. I done gave this man a son.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Oh, that's good.
That's what I heard. I know that ain't what she said, but that's what I heard. That's why
I can believe it. I can believe it too. That's probably, yeah.
That's what I thought she was saying, because I just felt like this was, because at some point, you could do something for a little bit for your convenience or whatever. And if you want to think about it, if this man is sick enough to say that his wife wanted him to have a life and he should be with something younger, do you think that he would care if Mary dipped out? That's what I thought when they tried to insinuate that she was having an affair with somebody in her church. Like, it's a lot of things that kind of went through my mind. Like, I think that her and that man got an arrangement, because Mary is probably in her 50s.
Yeah.
That old man, I don't think she loved him like that.
So how long have they been together now? Like 20-something years,
20-something years, yeah.
I wonder if she ever grew to love him, or, once her son came and she could kind of have that other life, it just no longer mattered because she didn't feel the need to do everything that the husband might. I don't know. It's weird, but
that's what I got. I told you when she was talking about when you came, it was like she was depressed. She all those things, I heard her, I felt her. I felt it was all tied to your nasty daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you didn't understand it in your 20s, because sometimes people present something to you in your 20s,
right?
And one day you wake up and the realization to come punch you in your throat, and you be like, well, I'll be doggone, I've been hoodwinked. And I think she probably got there. That she probably can't stand that man. Just like Stacy can't stand Timu.
Yeah.
Y'all don't think she likes Timu?
I don't
No,
think
not at
she
all.
can't stand him. I mean, I don't think she can stand him. She for whatever reason she wants his relationship with his daughter, with their daughter solid. No, she can't stand Timu. And he played her in the divorce.
Yeah, he did.
Well, wait a minute. What he doing in the divorce?
I can't remember, but if you believe her, if you believe Stacy, he screwed her in the divorce.
Well, maybe her getting back with him somehow is she has a plan to screw him.
Possibly.
You never know, but I don't want to I know y'all about to get off here, so I definitely want to get to talking about that. I could go on for an hour about them Potomac chicks. It's funny. But I like
what did you think? What you think about the tension with Angel?
I just think Angel, I don't know. Listen, she was paid $8,000 per hour on the jet. Is that what I saw?
Huh?
Yes. I saw it. Yeah. It was
like 8,000 an hour. So yep. I'm thinking she had the intention of making it the kind of trip that they'd be talking about forever. I think.
Yeah, I don't think nothing was done on intention.
Yeah, I think that was in her mind.
The only thing she wanted to intentionally do was make Gizelle and Ashley uncomfortable.
Right.
I don't think she wanted a horrible trip for all of the girls. No.
Especially with Gizelle being one of those people getting treated horribly, because Giselle's not gonna let that stuff die. So I think she took what she thought was going to be the best situation. She too bougie to follow up with them. They having a good time in this mansion, and things would be good whether she was there or not. Right. But lo and behold, here comes the water sewer smelling issues. Gizelle just refused to listen to her, and so this stuck out more to me. Watching her do that, but Stacy, she kept apologizing, but then she went and started crying 2 hours later. That's the part that really gets me.
Yeah,
that gets me. I don't like that. I don't know what it is. It's like you knew that she was trying to be so strong in the moment. I apologize. You're right. I never would have allowed that to happen. I immediately went over to correction mode. So Gizelle kept at her. It's okay. We're going to have a good time. And then, so she tried to be strong in the moment and then went and cried. That part, that gets me every time. I don't like that. But, it is. She tried and failed.
You think it's justified?
What Gizelle was? No, yes and no. Yes and no. So it was justified because the trip was a hot mess. With the water, the sewer, the smell of the sewer just kind of sticks in my mind like gross, and no matter what. But she did seem sincere in her apology. She did seem sincere. You got to think about how much she's trying to please these people. She would not have done that on purpose. But she just...
it's to me, it is let me jump back into host and let me jump into a hostess because we going fly fishing. They like, nigga, we can't pee. And you want to go fly fish.
I missed it.
Huh?
I missed it. I had to walk away for a sec.
I said that how quickly, after her apology, that she wants to jump back into, well, let me tell you about an experience. And they
right.
Like, we don't want to hear that because we can't even go to the toilet.
She was really trying to move on. And so that makes me feel a little bit bad because Gizelle was not having it. But what was so funny is when Stacy's dumb and she's so goofy. Stacy said Monique's head was 2 times the normal size.
Oh,
and then Monique looked at her like, girl, if you don't stop.
She said that her face was slow. He said she was so funny. They were all pissed, and Giselle's voice was just the loudest. That's honestly how I see it. Because
everybody was mad. I mean, we did more than Giselle.
Gizelle did not go to Angel to complain at all. She went to production. She was like, we can't do it.
Production and then to the Seven Seasons. Okay, let's get us up there.
So
I get it. I get it on both
like,
ends.
No.
It's too late. Why can't you say that to Stacey? It's too late. I'm like, oh my God, Stacey's gonna be went and done something bad.
Stacey is a mess.
But yeah.
I liked her this episode. I like her. Like I thought she was being a slutty, with Ashley. Because don't y'all think Mauricio should be off limits to them?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I really do. But they look. Stacey was like, let me hook it up so she'll leave me alone.
I think that's so ugly. Like, how is that?
Oh my God.
This ain't even like, would you not mess with your coworker's husband? I said, yeah, if I have to see her every day. Absolutely. And I'm like, essentially, although they can't see each other every day, we can see them every day.
But I was also surprised to hear Gizelle say she needed some horizontal time or whatever. I was surprised that she went that deep. Honestly, I would love to spend horizontal time with him. I was surprised to hear that, and I agree with her. I get it, but I was really surprised she said it out loud.
Yeah, and she was just like, we should not be in anybody's in the housewives hemisphere. Yes. She was saying it on the after show. She was like, that's gross. We gonna have to see each other.
I agree with that. OC. Well, who did that? Who's with Shannon's ex?
You should. Yeah, I don't think you should do that. And
yes, I agree. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I agree too. And I feel like Stacey was just trying to get Ashley to just screw somebody so she could stop screwing her.
She was. It was so hilarious.
What do y'all think about Tia? Tia might have a little bisexual tendency.
Why?
She said something to Monique, and Monique said, "Girl, I'm strictly dickly."
Oh yeah, there's something about that was tasting that drink.
Oh,
but
I thought she was talking to. It was something Tia said to her.
So she said, "Do you want to taste my pink pussy?" Because the drink.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I was like,
okay, see,
Tia's a mess.
She's a mess.
Good. I just think Angel don't need to come back, and I normally don't say stuff like that, but
I actually wouldn't mind seeing her again without, like, if I had my dream cast. I don't know how y'all feel about this, but it might be time for Ashley to go. Because I know Karen is coming back, and I like Ashley.
Yeah,
I like her. I actually likes her. She brings a youthful, although she's not the youngest, because I think Angel younger than her, but she brings a youthful.
No.
Yeah, no. I think she is. Yeah, I think Angel and Kay both are.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, but Angel?
Yeah.
But Angel went to school together, right?
Well, but they went to high school or college? Because, no telling what age you in college. But,
Oh, I thought they were the same age, and then Wendy's a little older than because she's 40, right?
Wendy's just kind of.
I think they're like in their. I know Ashley's 37, and I think Kay and Angel are younger than that.
Yeah, well, I know that Kay. I think she's like 30.
Okay, here it is. I knew I just saw this. It is. Nobody knows how old Tia is. But Kay is 37, Ashley is 37, Gizelle is 55, Wendy is 41, Stacey is 53, Angel is 36.
Yeah, she's younger.
Angel is 36.
Jazzy is 31, and
really,
and what's her name? Karen is 62.
Oh, I thought Jazzy was in her 40s.
Oh,
did you
wait? Yes, she did. But Angel looks.
Did y'all not?
Older. Yeah, no. I thought Jazzy was in her early 30s. Actually, she looks that old to you, or she acts old to you? What you thinking?
I don't know.
No, she's young. She looks young to me.
She looks young. I didn't know she was 31. I would have
31
thought
is
she was
very young
more like,
to me.
I
It
would have
is.
thought, yeah, I would have thought she was
I
36-ish,
thought she was at least
maybe.
37 to 40. I did.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I don't think Ashley looks old. I mean, being 37 is not
Okay.
old. So
No,
I'm
Ashley
not
looks,
saying
yeah,
because she looks like she's 60.
she looks younger. She looks
Yeah.
young. But I wouldn't have thought that Ashley was older than Angel until I saw this thing. I just sent it to y'all. Nobody knows how old Tia is, though.
I think Tia is in her late 40s or early 50s.
I think she's in her mid 40s.
I think she kind of told us that she's in her 40s.
Yeah.
When she was explaining the story about her husband, remember when she met him and he thought she was 21 or something.
Yeah.
And they had met, and she remember she had told that she had lied about her age.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things she said, somebody ended up asking her something like, how much he's older than you, right? And she says he's balding. Remember, she said that. Of course, he's older than me. And she says she gave a year. He graduated in such. And when I counted back, I was like, oh, she's like 43-ish, 44-ish.
Yeah.
I can't remember the number. Or
and that's not old.
No.
I just thought Jazzy was like 40, like 30, between 36 to 40. I didn't know 31 is like just turning 30.
I didn't know her 20s.
I never would have thought she just left her 20s.
I
didn't know Stacy was that old.
Yeah.
She's been around so long once you get to looking at all those QVC videos. So we've seen her go through some changes.
Yeah.
She's funny. But it sounds weird to hear that Gizelle is that much older than them. Gizelle is just youthful to me. She's still, I mean, the number is one thing, but she still hangs with the best of them to me.
Yeah, she acts young. She does go to bed early though.
Does she go to bed early?
But she wakes up real early.
That's funny. Yeah.
And she wakes up before everybody.
Yeah, she wake up.
How old is Monique?
Monique's not.
She's in her early 40s.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So that's why I thought they all were like 37 to 60. Like I didn't know anybody was like 31. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I don't think Jazzy, I mean, she's a friend of the show this season, but I don't think she'll come back next season. Because why was
Monique 42?
Okay. Yeah, early 40s. Why is Jazzy there this season? Because she no longer lives there, right? I mean, I like her.
I think it may be that they have a house there, because the position that her husband plays, which is the bench, he probably
what position?
He could be moved from one place to another. He's like a placeholder.
Yeah.
He's not. Yeah, he's like a placeholder. He doesn't. He's
not like Angel said. My husband was the same team for 17 years. He's not one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, but he don't make a lot a year. Those kind of players might make $1 million. I mean, that's a lot of money.
I think he must have some business.
Sit and watch.
He must have some kind of businesses, or because he's got money somewhere.
Who?
Jazzy ain't gonna marry no man without no money.
I don't think he has that much money. I don't
either. I don't
think they're poor.
Yeah, I don't think they're not poor.
I mean, because he makes $1 million.
Right, but I'm thinking he's got more than
after
that.
Taxes. He's probably, I don't know.
Because he got child support. Like, come on. And you know his child support ain't cool.
Yes, that's true.
And they have, a lot of them go try and get like endorsements and stuff.
Yeah, he's got something.
I guess.
He's got to.
Okay.
$1 million sound like a lot, but the way she lives, that's not enough for her.
Right. So I was kind of thinking that so maybe she is somehow over their finances, and maybe she's investing and doing some different things. Because she seems like she would be financially smart enough, maybe to do. She seems like she runs a relationship, and she seems to do it well. She seems to upgrade him to me. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But I would believe that if they are well off, he gets a good paycheck. But I think she might have something else to do with that in the job she gets on the side, or maybe some contracts, endorsements, etc. I think she helps a whole lot so that they can be bigger somehow. I don't know.
What do you think about when Ashley, when Tia was trying to get Ashley to talk to Mo, and Gizelle stopped all that?
Oh, I thought that was, I think that was Gizelle definitely cock blocking, but I also think it was her kind of saving Ashley.
It was. I think so.
To me, like, I like the fact that free love is her trope. I like that. I think that's probably, she's a little loosey. I don't think she just giving it out, but she might,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
She does what she wants to do. Ashley is in that free era in her life. She didn't pay her dues. She didn't marry the old decrepit man.
Yeah.
That she didn't have to sleep with over the years that must be sucking on Viagra's like Tic Tac.
Right.
Because it was very clear that Ashley wasn't enough for him sexually.
Yeah.
Which was insane.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
But I think another thing is, I don't even think he was checking for Ashley anyway. But
he wasn't.
I think that you don't want to mess with the Beverly Hills girls. You just don't.
She was.
You just don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I don't want to mess with Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle, you got Kathy back there with all. No, you just might want to stay on the good side of town. That's all I'm saying.
But my whole thing is not with the cameras going. Like,
right.
If you gonna be a little slutty, do that for real off camera when you're dealing with somebody else's husband. It ain't even an ex-husband at this point.
That's
and
true.
you know that they're divorced and he's dating all these young girls and Cal can't take it, like it's breaking her heart. You don't do that. You just don't.
Yeah.
You what she can't take? She's sitting up there with Morgan, laying up there with that woman.
She was with Morgan because she was broken. That lady did not want to divorce that man.
We haven't seen we haven't heard about Morgan in a while or seen Cal in photos with her lately or anything.
I haven't, but over the summer, she was playing at some bar and Cal went to it. And somebody there filmed it. Yeah, somebody was filming, Cal on the side of the stage. So I don't know. I don't even watch Beverly Hills this season. I don't care if that's what she want to do. That's her. You can't have that woman and that man unless he can have other women too.
Like, I wonder. Portia might still date men while she has her girlfriend.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go. I supposed to be gone at 4. I just realized the time.
Yeah. All right, y'all be good.
All right, peace out.
Right, bye-bye.
Peace.